Hi everyone. I don't normally make posts like this, but this is a very strange occurrence, and I just had the urge to share it. I do consider myself spiritual, but I am no way religious or actively practicing anything. Yesterday, I was in my bedroom with my younger sister, and I was braiding her hair. It was taking a long time, and I really had to use the bathroom. So, I told her to give me a minute, and I walked out. It's important to note, I didn't tell her where I was going, what I was doing, or how long I'd be gone. I just got up and went straight to the bathroom. I was in there for about 10 minutes because I had gotten into an argument with my friend over text. When I was finished, I walked out of the bathroom to wash my hands. Our sink is on the outside. It's weird, I know. When I walked out, I was in direct view of my sister, because the sink is across from my bedroom door. As I was washing my hands, I noticed she was staring at me with a perplexed look on her face. So, I asked her what was wrong. She calmly asked me how I could have walked out of the bathroom. Obviously, this was a very oddly worded question, so I asked her what she meant. She said, "Weren't you just in the living room?" And I told her, "No, I've been in the bathroom the whole time." My sister immediately began to look very sick as she told me, "I just talked to you in the living room. When did you go to the bathroom?" I insisted that I hadn't been in the living room. I asked her what I had said to her when she saw me in the living room. She tells me that she saw me sitting on the couch with my hands neatly folded, and I was staring off into space. She then told me that I had a very disturbed and concerned look on my face, and which prompted her to ask me what was wrong, to which she claims that I responded,
"Nothing,"
in this eerie tone. My sister claims that the me she had just seen looked exactly like me. My hair was in a loose bun. I was wearing my same gray shirt and old red pajama pants. My face was the same. Everything was the same. But it wasn't me. I know it wasn't me because I have no recollection of that happening. I was in the bathroom the entire time, distracted by my heated discussion. I have no idea how this happened, but my sister told me after our exchange, she felt nauseous, like something was off. I'm not sure what to make of this. I'm a pretty rational person, and I have heard stories like this before. I want to look into possible carbon monoxide poisoning because it has been known to cause hallucinations. However, only my sister experienced this. Neither me nor my roommate have seen anything out of the ordinary. We've been theorizing about parallel universes, possessions, demons, or curses, but we really don't know what's going on and are just looking for some answers. This happened back in February, and I just want to know what I heard. My boyfriend and I, and a couple of friends, decided to try winter camping and threw together a quick camping trip. We got to the park late and ended up camping 2 miles into the park, directly on the trail. Everyone else fell asleep quickly, but I stayed up. I'm already wary of the woods and didn't love that nobody put their food up. This is the Appalachian Mountains, and I wasn't too crazy about waking up to a black bear that was looking for food. At about midnight, I heard what sounded exactly like the Nazgul screams from the Lord of the Rings movies. It sounded like one scream, and then others joined in until it was one very loud scream from many voices, and then died off. It made the hair on the back of my neck stand up, and I immediately woke up my boyfriend and begged him to stay up with me all night. He thinks that we heard coyotes, but I have never in my life heard coyotes make that sound. We weren't near any towns. It sounded like it was on the top of the mountains, where it's all woods, and we were camped at the base. The only thing I can think of is sirens, but I've never heard sirens like that, and don't see why there would be multiple. And it sounded too animal-like. It also wasn't an elk. We don't have them in our area, and even if we did, it didn't sound like the elk audio recordings I'd listened to. I'm open to natural explanations. I just don't know of any naturally occurring phenomena that sounds like a bunch of people screaming. My dad told me a story recently that I've been really wanting to share. And this is from back when my dad was a kid in Mexico. When my dad was little, he and my grandpa went to my grandpa's land to prepare the soil for planting crops. Bored, my dad wandered off to a nearby stream, where he says that he saw a bunch of human-like dolls playing around in the water. He said they looked like adults, only smaller. They splashed around in the water, and at times, it looked like they were even walking on it. They signaled at him to come and play with them, and my dad ran over excitedly. He said he played with them for a while, until my grandpa noticed that he had wandered off, and went to find him. When my grandpa found my dad, seemingly playing alone by the stream and getting all wet, he got super angry and dragged him away. Apparently, my grandpa and grandma were never able to see the duendes whenever my dad would point them out. My dad still recalls looking back while my grandpa yanked him away and seeing the duendes waving goodbye to him. After that, my dad started seeing the duendes around the house. They'd pop out from behind walls during dinner, and my dad would try to give them scraps of food, much to my grandparents' annoyance. Eventually, they got worried and took him to a local curandera. She did a little ritual and told him to keep a cigarette behind his ear for a week. And then, the duendes were gone, and he never saw them again. My dad swears that it's all true, even though no one believes him, and he's embarrassed about even telling the story. The only reason he told me is because my mom teased him about it the other day, and I forced it out of him. I love these kinds of stories, and I really wanted to share.